In this video, we'll be looking at the object menu panel, specifically the show and hide options indicated here as an S and an H. So currently we have both the protein as well as the DNA shown in the cartoon representation. So we can see that by looking over here. So if you wanted to change the representation, you can show it as lines, but then the previous selected representation still remains. So to remove that, we can go over to hide, and then we just hide the cartoon. But a bit of an easier option to avoid doing a show followed by a hide option, you can go to show as, and then we can show it, for example, as sticks. And it then replaces the previous representation with the selected one. We can also represent the DNA as a ribbon, which shows the basic secondary structure, but a bit of a nicer view, as you've seen, is the cartoon, which clearly shows the secondary structures, which can be nicely seen in the protein structure with the alpha helices as these coils, the beta sheets as these lines with the arrowheads, and the loops as these small pieces connecting the secondary structures. Other options we have in the show is to indicate any labels if we have selected them, or to show the cell, which shows the structure in a triclinic unit cell, which we can see over here. If we do not want to show this anymore, we can just go to hide, and we hide the cell. Another option is to show the non-bonded atoms. We can also show selected atoms as dots, as we can see here, or we can show them as spheres. You can see over here, and this is very nice to highlight our van der Waals interactions. We can also show the spheres of the non-bonded atoms. So another option that we have is to show the mesh of the selected chain, which we can see very nicely over here. And what we can also do is we can hide the mesh and we can show the surface. And this shows the molecular surface based on the solvent accessibility. Another option is to show any organic molecules. So this shows carbon-containing molecules that do not match any known polymers. And we can see that this molecule shows up over here. And when we scroll with the bar to the highlighted section, we see that it is this molecule over here. Other options include showing the main chain and the side chain as different representations, and to also show any disulfide bonds. Next, we'll be looking at the valence. So I've made a pre-selection of atoms so that we can look at the valence. And over here, when we then say show and valence, it then shows us any double and triple bonds. But to see the valence, make sure that your representation is either in your lines or your sticks representation.